Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here today. We're going to take a quick look here at Chromia. And just so you know, I'm not a financial advisor, of course, just got to throw that out there if you're new to the channel. I just have years of trading experience, right? I've been trading for over 15 years, and my goal is to help you become a better trader. I have a trading community built for that specific purpose, but also there's a little icing on the cake there. Actually, I have a signal group as well. It's kind of integrated into the same platform essentially, and I just send out signals for every single trade that I take. So you can join up if you'd like. If not, that's okay too. But you all learn a lot if you check that out. So the link in the description is below. Just bear in mind rates are increasing next month based on the demand. So just making sure that you lock in your rate here this month if at all possible. I think it'll benefit you greatly. Take a look here at Chromia. In fact, this is a trade that we actually have open right now. We are shooting for $1 as our target number 3, and we just hit profit target 2 right around 70 cents. So what's amazing about this is it's up 70% on the day, and overall, I mean, wow, look, 5 days ago, we're looking at about 170% increase. So pretty significant for this guy here. And big picture too, this is a one-day candlestick close right at about 57 cents. And then of course over here, we got about 77 cents, which is where the price is kind of taking it easy right now. It's kind of trying to close right there. And that's right where the previous all-time high was, okay? So if we can break that all-time high on the one-day candlestick and close above that line, then that'll be considered a nice support level. And in that sense, that works as a very strong support moving forward, right? Because any previous resistance will work as a stronger resistance once it is broken, or stronger support rather, right? So anyways, let's go ahead and switch on over to moving averages, kind of see what's going on. A whole lot of nothing. You can expect the 50 to intersect with the price action eventually, but not for some time. We've got the RSI up over 70. That's pretty standard. And what's cool is the RSI can work as a support level. So if the price comes back down, you can expect with that support level effectively on the price action very close to it, we should expect to see the price kind of come down and eventually bounce off of that. So it's a strong likelihood eventually. Obviously, it's too early to tell just yet, but RSI over 70 is not like a concern major. Obviously, if you had a position open around 85 cents, you should have probably sold and trimmed some off the top. But for right now, all well and good. Just let it ride if you're in the profit. We'll actually find out in smaller time frame C to make sure we need to maybe trim the position or not. But generally speaking, I see a lot of good things here. We do see the RSI is over 70 on the 4-hour chart as well. That's pretty standard, above the moving averages. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the, well, let's do two things first. Let's take a look here at Fibonacci and see how much more gas we have left in the tank here effectively. Because when you look at the top point right now here at around 85 cents, we can tell that it got stopped out and it hasn't been back since, right? So obviously there's a lot of movement. I don't think it had enough time to consolidate before the next leg up. We've only got about 8 hours of consolidation. You typically want at least 24 hours of sideways action before you ramp up again, at least because, we had an initial increase here, somewhere in the range of, what is it? That would be about 45% increase. Yeah, so you need much more than just 8 hours. So cool thing is it ramped up, of course, and if we take a look at TD sequential, we can see we hit a 9 as well, right? So we got kind of maxed out there. We're basically in overtime right now. So I think if all goes well, the price will just kind of relax and take it easy right here in the 77-cent range, right where that resistance level was, or still very well could be resistance. We got to see where this candlestick closes first. But it does look like it's trending towards wanting to kind of close right in that region. So that could effectively work as a strong support moving forward. Okay, so let's touch on just big picture here and see what Chromia has to offer as a potential big picture. And that's why we have our goal set at $1. It's just below one of the more common actual Fibonacci retracements line, which is 1.414. That's right around $1.02. So I think it's likely we're going to be able to hit that profit target of $1 fairly easy. It just depends on how much sideways action we get. If we can get a good day or two worth of consolidation, we'll see that leg up pretty easy. If it tries to jump up there and test and get rejected here soon, then it'll take longer to get there, just based on the simple fact that trading has a gravity and it has to come back down. What goes up must come down, right? There's this retracement, and there has to be a cooling off period. We really haven't seen that yet for Chromia. So, again, good bullish signs, I would say, big picture, but I'm a little concerned with how overextended it is at this current time, right? So take a look at the 1-hour chart. Let's quickly identify here on the 1 hour. See what the cloud's telling us. Obviously, we're well above it. We can see that the cloud worked almost as a support level previously, but the price action just continued to stay up right around support. So what could happen is if the price comes up and over right here and essentially eventually meets with the support level, that'll work as a nice support when the price tries to come down and bounce off of it. It's a great thing about the cloud. People don't realize this. Just like the RSI, it's kind of one of those undercover support levels or resistance levels. Obviously, the price above being a support, it's kind of like the volume weighted average price, right? It kind of creates that support zone. And what it's doing right now is just essentially establishing itself right here and driving the price up. You see it happen all the time in the bullish trends where the price, even if it does break below, it's not going to stay down for long. So this very well could go sideways, break below the cloud, come back up again. I think that's a strong likelihood just based on its overall momentum. But we also got to be, we can't dismiss the fact that this could retrace too, right? Because this does have to consolidate, and consolidation often includes retracement. So let's see if there's a potential here for that. In other words, we're kind of hitting a reset here again. So we went up to about a 9, a reset, and going sideways. So we may actually be able to see this happen. So what I think would be the best thing to do is to wait for the one-day candlestick to close, see where the price action actually holds. If it closes below the resistance level from the previous day, or the previous, I guess it'd be weeks away, or weeks ago, of course, but the all-time high right here, right at about 77 cents. If it were to close below this level, then we can expect that to be consistently or continuously a resistance level, and it'll probably hold the price down and have the price come back down. All right. So in that case, why don't we just go ahead and be safe, and let's go ahead and pull up the Fibonacci retracement and just kind of see roughly where we're going to be at here, and just say a few moments time if it were to come back down, right? So the price action comes down. We can expect a couple of support levels. The one that's pretty consistent is 618. I've seen that one, 0.618. That's also very consistent, and same with 0.5, which is obviously kind of a zone here as well. So we'll go ahead and mark 0.5. Okay. So what that basically does, that tells us we got a support zone between 63 cents and 69 cents. Okay. So if we do lose this channel here, it'll break and kind of stay on this channel likely. And the main reason why is because we got the halfway point here, right? So this major increase, you take the halfway point, that's kind of splitting the difference. That's almost always where the price will relax, is at that 50% mark, right? So it shoots up 100%, it's going to come down 50, at least if it comes up too quickly. And this did kind of come up very fast. So if we do lose that support, it's going to come down, and I would say 62 cents would be a pretty strong support. So if you're considering taking a position, adding to a position, make a stop loss, put a stop loss in there just below 62 cents, maybe put it about 60 or 61 to be on the safe side. I think that would be a good consideration. But always, definitely always, and I teach this to my community members too, ensure you always have 3 profit targets in place before you take entry, right? So we've already hit our 2 profit targets here, and we're waiting for a third, right? So we've already taken profits twice. So heaven forbid the price comes down, we get stopped out, we're still in the green, right? That's the concept here, is to always take profits while you can, but be realistic about your profit targets too. Set them just below Fibonacci retracement lines, or support or resistance levels, and you'll notice you'll be able to close on those a lot easier than maybe being greedy right at the exact same line, right? It's okay to establish support and resistance levels on those lines, but taking profit targets should be just below. Either way, I help educate on that pretty consistently. So feel free to join in, my Telegram community is a really awesome group of folks there. I can't speak praises, enough about how cool the people are in this community. It's just one of those amazing situations where, everyone's coming together, helping each other out, and we're all learning and growing together. And coincidentally, I send out signals for every single trade that I take too. So it's an awesome experience to be able to kind of share in that growth, right? So again, check that out in your own time. Thank you so much for joining me here. You know what? we didn't look at that. I'm sorry. I kind of skipped over it. Let me just go ahead and show you really quick what the potential is here for end of November. Okay. I got kind of ahead of myself. We're looking at $1.38 as a strong likelihood by end of November. And how I got that figure is basically I'm just taking this zone here, Fibonacci zone, and it's basically just times 2, right? So this level right here is essentially multiplying this current growth in the most recent period by 2. You're basically multiplying it, right? So for lack of better terms, 127 would essentially be twice as much growth as where it's at for right now. And that's likely once we get a consolidation period first, right? And then I would say 138 would be more of a higher point. That's rare, but it does happen to touch that line. It usually gets rejected out. But I would say 127 to 138 would be a better case scenario. So if you're going to kind of shoot for the stars, so to speak, on a profit target, I would say $1, 110, and 120 to be on the safe side. Again, just below those resistance levels. Something to think about. Either way, thanks again for joining me. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. You take care now. Bye-bye.